On today's episode, the cinema is ours. Bum 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 bum. All right, guys, let me stop. So, on today's episode, I'm going to unbox the Nikon Zr and 24 to 50 kit lens. I'm gonna turn it this way because I have a overhead cam, my Z5 II. So I'm filming overhead so you guys can see the unboxing experience. I have not unboxed this yet, so this is going to be real-time impressions. Oh, let me go get a battery because I know the battery in here is going to be dead. 1 second. All right, I am back. Got a fresh battery. Now let us get started. All right, there she is, top of the box. This is what you're expecting. I don't know why none of these camera manufacturers put a sticker on here. It just looks like it could be tampered with, and I had to, well, let's see what happens. All right. That is what it looks like when you open it. You got your usual books. Who cares? No one cares about the books. I imagine this is the lens and this is the camera. Let's pull the lens out first. I have not ever seen this kit lens. I wasn't anticipating getting the kit lens, but this is the only thing that Best Buy had in stock. So this is what I decided to go with. All right, you're getting my impressions unscripted, real time, guys. I have not seen this at all. So let's open it. All right. The kit lens is still about, well, it's about the size of the 40 mil f2, roughly. There is the kit lens. It feels kind of premium, but that's plastic. You see the rings. Rings sound. Yeah, this sounds like it. But hey, the 40 millimeter f2 is a good lens, and it's plastic too. Let's see if the mount's plastic. Yeah, the mount is plastic. All right, well, it's just a kit lens. I didn't pay that much for it. And it might be just good enough if I'm vlogging or if I want to take something that has a little bit of zoom range and not the 24 to 120 that is filming us right now, which is quite heavy. Didn't take it to Japan with me, and I probably wouldn't take it with me elsewhere. All right, let's get this out of the way and move on and back to the box. This comes up and you have camera here, battery, cable, Nikon strap, which I'll never use, but I will charge that. And let's get to the piece de resistance. That is it on the box. And this is the body. And, yeah, it is very boxy. There's the IBIS unit. All right, let's see. Let's unveil it. Bum, 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 bum. All right, there it is. It, like any Nikon, it feels premium build quality. Look at that big screen. Can't wait to open that bad boy up. It's got your typical rubber covers. This is your, there it goes. This is your mic and your headphone jack. And it does do 32-bit float audio, so you might be using that bad boy. And your micro SD and your charging point, your USB-C. So that is what you got on the side here. I do love this camera strap design. I hate the typical Nikon rings that I have on the Z5 and the Z6 III. These, like typical Canon-like camera strap rings, or whatever you want to call them, through holes, are awesome. You got a rocker switch right here, and on off button is on the left. 1 2 3 photo video. You know, I'm thinking that this might be a new travel option. It is a bit boxy, but it's not. With a small lens on it, this wouldn't be too hard to hold. It does have a little bit of grip on the back here, and a little bit of grip right here. So you never know. I may actually use this to travel with like either the kit lens or the 40 mil f2. Let's see what I got here. Probably the one 28. Yeah, I got two 128s, which ain't gonna be enough. We all know that. But just for demonstration purposes, we'll put it in this memory. The micro SD goes right here. Easy peasy. And the CFS Express goes by, yeah, I have it in right. Unless it goes backwards. Let's see if it goes backwards. Yep, it does go backwards. Okay, it goes with the number or the label facing that way. All right, now that I got that in there, Nikon, put a spring-loaded door on here. Put a spring-loaded door on here. This is crazy. But that is it, and this is a digital hot shoe. I'm being told. Oh, this is oversized, which kind of, and it seals it really well. And you can see, if you, I don't know if you can see it on there or not. Focus. There's a digital hot shoe right there. So you can hook a microphone and do 32-bit float audio through the hot shoe. So that is cool. All right, let me put a lens on here. I'll put this cheap bad boy on here for now because I don't feel like getting back up and getting the 40 or the 50 1.8. All right, that's what it looks like with the lens on it. That's what it looks like with the lens on it. Not too bad. This is easy to handhold. Not too bad at all because this is plastic and very, very light. All right. All right, let me open this screen. Now we have, look at that gorgeous big screen. Now, of course, it's overexposed right now, but look how gorgeous that big screen is. Damn. Put these over here. This is it. Let me turn this over this way. Look at that screen, humongous. And you could definitely use this as a photo camera. I got to set this bad boy up and then it should be okay. It's interesting. You have a menu button right here in the back, and it's just a one, but it takes you into the quick menu. It takes you into that. You got to long press it to get into your actual menu, and then you can go from there. Let's see. Format the memory cards. There's nothing on it I care about. I wish I had a 4-way directional pad. I already don't like using just the joystick, but it is what it is. It is what it is. This is what you sacrifice when you have small size. All right, I'm gonna have to set this up, so I'm not gonna go crazy doing that right now. But I do want to let's see what these function buttons are set to. That one's set to display. It says it in here, mode. Let's see what mode takes us into: manual, aperture, so on and so forth. Since I'm in photo, I'm gonna go to aperture priority, and then my aperture in the front. So you got aperture right here. This would be your shutter if you had it in manual mode. So let's just try to get the autofocus into not AFA, because that is dumb and you shouldn't even ever do that. All right. Oh, this is so annoying. I need a 4-way D-pad. So annoying. Is it in the quick menu? Did I even check that? No. Quick menu. Yes, it's in the quick menu. All right, good. I can use this to go to AFC. Now I'm in AFC. Let's see if it, there we go. Now I can test this bad boy out. All right, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Let's go into video mode, which is what this thing is set for primarily. I already hate this lens. This lens is not going to last on here much longer. All right, right now we are in 2160/30. I'm going to take us to 2160 24. Why is it shooting mode? Why is it so it's an aperture in video? Nikon, you got to stop doing that. If I am in aperture in photo, it doesn't mean I want to be in aperture in video. So when I switch to the video mode, you need to switch it to whatever I leave it on last. So I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna test it. I'm in manual. Switching to video. Please tell me I'm in fucking manual. Come on, Nikon. It's a simple software change. If I want to stay in aperture while I'm in photo and manual while I'm in video, it should retain that information. All right. So now that I'm in 4K, I'm gonna go to 1/50, but I need to set this up for shutter angle. It does not right now. It is set up to do the old school way of the shutter. This is cool. We'll first record. I love now the shut and the record button are the same. Unlike the other Nikons, the record button is a very separate button, but on here, it's the same button. And you got your zoom button to kind of, when I don't have a power zoom lens, it just kind of crops in. I don't know if that actually retains that or if that's so you can check focus, but we shall see. And it's on both sides. It's over here and over here, depending on if you're holding the camera like this or you have it rigged up or on a tripod. All right, stop recording. Base ISO is 800 or 64,000 or 6400 if you go to base high ISO. So those are your two base ISOs, 6400 and 800. I know this is kind of boring, but I am figuring this out for the first time myself too. So I have not used it before, and I'm kind of frustrated already with the lack of the D-pad. I wish they would have added that. But once you get it set up, you're kind of going to set it and forget it. So it's just going to be a pain that one time to get through. All right, I'm going to leave it at 800. And that would mean that I would probably, and I'll do my white balance at 6,000 or 5,600 rather, because that is what I use both of these lights at. It helps me with my white balance. All right, so I have the auto sensitivity on. Now I need to figure out how to turn on 32-bit float, because I'm sure that's not already on. Sport mode, vibration reduction. I don't know why it's set like that, but I'm going to set it to normal if it'll accept my push-in. Holy crap. All right, 32-bit float audio is in the record menu. There it is right there in the record menu, which is the picture of the video camera. I am turning that bad boy on. And it does have the directional mics on top here. These two openings right here. You know it's not going to be good. Just use a lav mic. 32-bit float here. You'll get 32-bit float here with that optional mic that they're going to sell. And, you know, you can just use one of these bad boys if you're in a studio. And it does the same thing. It never clips. All right. I can scream into it. All right, let me stop. All right. That is all I'm going to do for now. I don't want to like bore you guys just going through everything. Right now, that is probably all I need to do to set this thing up for just a quick video. Zebra pattern, I always turn the zebra pattern on, so if I'm over for the highlights, I turn the zebra pattern on for the highlights, and I will set it to, probably just leave it where it's at, because I want it to set to near the max. The max is 255, 250 is right below it. That means if I see zebras, I'm clipping. If I don't see them, I'm not clipping. And that means my exposure is good. The other thing I want to do is I want to turn on the waveform in the display. Waveform is just easier to read. You know, right now I see that everything is in the middle. The highest white is in the middle, and that's my hand right there moving. Nothing is overexposed. I also have my histogram on my external monitor, and I don't see anything to the far left. So we're good. But I am going to finish setting this bad boy up, and then I'm going to switch to it. And then we're going to do a short little video. All right, let me set this bad boy up and I will be back. All right, now we are back. I have my Z6 III right here, just for this test of focus. I am filming on the Nikon Zr in the red raw. I turn my lights down. I'm at an f2 on the 35-1.4. It was pretty easy to hold by the way with the 35-1.4, so that lens combo could be cool as a second lens. I'm probably going to want to take the 40mm f2 though with me most often because it's smaller. And I'm thinking I might use this ZR on the road as a travel camera photo and then test the photo features of it, and then also test the video features as well with the 40mm. And I'll probably take this kit lens with me in case I need a wide angle because it's 24-50 and it's small. This is kind of easy. I wish I had this in Japan with me just so I could test it. And on days I was tired, I could just bring this. Because there were some times where I didn't get a lot of videos because I didn't feel like pulling my heavy camera out. All right. More on that in a later video. Okay. Just wanted to test to see what the red raw looks like and how big the file is going to be. We are 2 minutes and 36 seconds in. So let me get to a full 3 minutes and I'm going to stop it. We are now in inlog on the ZR. I wanted to see what inlog looked like versus the red RD3 or RDE3, whatever it's called, red LUT. Let's see what happens. It looks like we are exposed properly. As you can see, I have a Z6 and a Z5 II. Actually, Z6, Z5 II. Here, I wanted to just do some quick tests with the autofocus. Cover my eye. Boom, does it get it? Come back to me. Boom, does it get it? Does it get it? Okay. Okay. All right. So initial impressions, it's a cool looking camera. I got into DaVinci and I checked out, the red footage. It looks a little different, and I think that's on purpose than N-Log. I'm gonna give you guys a side-by-side comparison so you can look for yourself, but it looks much more desaturated. I like the skin tones, but I need to play with it more. I have not color graded it. I have N-Log pretty much set on speed dial with a clip color graded and ready to go, just copy and paste for studio stuff. But I gotta work through that with the red stuff, so I don't quite have that footage good to go yet. That being said, I definitely need to do this. I forgot to sync the audio. Too excited. That said, I actually enjoy the size of it. I think it's quite nice. With the 40mm, it might be cool to take out on the road to do some B-roll filming like I did in my first Japan video. Check that video out. I really like that video. I'm putting this out as a one-off because I wanted to get this out and so you guys can see what it looks like to unbox and what the initial footage looks like. It is quite large, by the way. I want to try ProRes RAW at some point, but for now, stick to the rivers and lakes you're used to. Stick to the rivers and lakes you're used to. All right, guys, that's it. I just want to give a quick unboxing, quick initial thoughts. I like it. It feels premium. It looks nice. It's pretty lightweight. I hope the 32-bit audio works when I get a lav mic to test that with. And I hope it takes good photos. I plan to take it out and test the photo capabilities to see if there's any issues with an electronic only shutter on the camera. So probably use the 40mm. Should do some street photography. That humongous screen is supposed to be bright. I do prefer a viewfinder, but if I can't have a viewfinder, that large screen does work. All right, that's it for this one. Quick unboxing. I'm going to have my initial thoughts in a later video, but until the next one, I'll see you later. Peace. Get off my eye.